All right. Here we are. This is exciting. Okay. So, see if anybody's watching. Anybody's out there. Who knows? Maybe the sound's working. Maybe not. Let us find out. Yeah, let us know if it is. So. We got somebody out there. Hopefully they can hear us.
So what'd you pour for me?
So we're going to start here with Redbreast Lustau, just to get the palate. Yeah.
Okay.
Just to get our palates warmed up. Okay. But we were graciously samples. And I'm excited. So we have a Redbreast 15, a Redbreast 27-year-old.
27.
Yes. And a Redbreast PX Sherry. Hey, David said all good. Love the outfits. Thanks, David. Yeah, this is a real bow tie that I tied. I'm super proud of myself.
You did a good job. I'm proud of you too.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I would know how to tie a bow tie.
It's always...
At one time I learned how to tie a tie, but a bow tie.
Yeah, it's a little difficult, but we made it happen. All right. So I've been super excited about this. David was gracious enough to send these samples. So yeah, so we're gonna let these pour and air a little bit so we can then share and see what we think.
I was gonna say, are these all for me?
No, we're gonna share these. There's no way I'm not gonna try one of these.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So yeah, here we go.
Well, it was fun watching the oaks today.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the most exciting part was whether or not it was going to rain.
Oh, yeah.
Because they kept saying there was going to be terrible storms, but it just kind of, like, would come and go, and, like, it would be sunny most of the time. It was like, what is going on?
Mm-hmm. So that's the great thing about Kentucky, Illinois, pretty much all the Midwest is whatever the weather is, give it, 15, 20 minutes, and it's probably going to change.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Yep.
So they lucked out. They got a dry oaks. I mean, the track was a little wet.
Yeah.
So that changed.
There were periods of rain in there.
Yeah.
For sure.
But it wasn't as bad as the slop that was a couple years ago with the Derby.
Yeah, that one Derby, they were just drenched.
Mm-hmm. So if you don't know anything about Louisville, when it's Derby time, it's kind of a big deal. Yes. Like, what is it? 2 weeks out is Thunder.
2 weeks
out. 2 weeks out, we have one of the 3 largest fireworks show in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
It goes on for half an hour straight of fireworks, maybe 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It's crazy. If you ever get a chance, highly recommend going to that over just about any fireworks show there is.
Mm-hmm.
Then we do all types of crazy stuff. We do bed races.
Yes.
We do...
well, there's the balloon glow,
yep.
Where they have a bunch of hot air balloons that they just, in the evening, light.
Mm-hmm.
They do, like, a balloon race during the day, but they do, like, a balloon glow at night.
Mm-hmm.
Where they don't go anywhere, but you just get to see them lit up.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And then the week leading into Derby is the 1 week a year that bourbon hunting is absolutely amazing in Kentucky. If you get a chance, highly recommend it. The best places to go are actually Kroger. There's a Kroger up the street that every morning at 9 a.m. leading up to Derby does all their limited releases that they hold on to for the whole year, and then they just drop them all. So like yesterday, unfortunately, I had to work, but it was Old Foe Day. I think they had 30 Old Foe barrel strengths. They had 3 to 5 Old Foe barrel strength ryes. It was just crazy. Everything they've been releasing around here. I know a couple people found some King of Kentucky's. So this is the 1 week leading up that you can get some crazy good stuff. And that's mainly because all the tourists are in and they're all looking for stuff. So they have to make sure that people get it. And then today is the day that Buffalo Trace releases the Derby Blanton's bottle that people don't necessarily know about. But there was a line, I think, for 5 hours to get a bottle.
Oh my gosh.
But it's $375, so they had a ton. If you're willing to wait, you would probably get one. So
Yeah, I don't want to wait 3 hours for that though.
No, not for a Blanton's. And it's just normal Blanton's, except it's got a sticker on it that says Derby 2020.
Yeah,
Two.
which is it's a fun like commemorative item.
Mhm.
It's kind of like the Maker's Mark that does the special hand dipped like different wax
Yes.
things for different occasions, and people rush out to get them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, Maker's does actually. I should have that. And now that I've got my cool new setup, we can show this.
Yeah, he's gotten really fancy.
Yep.
He's upgraded.
Got a new toy that I get to use. So Maker's every year does this, which is really, really cool. And so far, the last 2 years, I've been able to get one, which is they do some special bottles that are hand signed by jockeys. So this one is hand signed by the most winning female jockey, by the artist right there, and then also by the owner himself. So that is a really cool bottle you can get from Maker's.
Yeah,
so
good collector's item there.
Yeah, so I've got 2 of those now. Last year's was actually signed by the Derby winner, except then it was retracted. So he's not that last year's Derby winner anymore. But it's just regular Makers in there, so I'm never going to open it. But it's really, really nice. So, All right.
Well, I'm still warming up my palate.
Okay.
I know you're excited. But you go ahead. You don't have to wait on me.
All right. I'm going to
start
start
behind you. Yeah. We can't drink at the same time anyway, so you go right ahead.
So we're going to start with the Redbreast 15, then go to the 27, and then go to the PX Sherry, because I didn't want the PX Sherry to mess with our palates.
And you did mention like why we're drinking these, right? That we're celebrating.
We're celebrating. Well, we are celebrating.
Okay.
But the real celebration comes later in the month.
That's like the celebration party.
Yes, the celebration party. So we are celebrating one because, it's Oaks and Derby and all that. But we finally hit 1,000 subscribers for the channel, which is a big deal for us. And so that means later in the month, we are going to have a big live stream. I just poured samples for all the Patreon members. I spent, what was that? 6 hours down here pouring samples. So we got some special stuff we're sending to our Patreon members, and we're going to taste along the way. But we're also going to have some samples to give away. So we're going to give away all the flights that I poured. I poured extra ones. If you watch the channel a bunch, you can probably look behind me and see which bottles are extra low, because I drained the Pappy 15. That's gone, and I didn't even get another taste of it. So that's sad. I bought a brand new bottle that all the Patreon guys know about, so I can talk about here. We bought the gold label barrel, which is $450. That bottle is now about 3/4 gone. Yep, everybody's getting a sample of that. So that is our thank you to all of our Patreon, which means we're going to give 2 flights away, and each of those flights have a sample of that barrel in it. And it's good.
It was very good. Thank you for letting me share that.
I may have been on the phone with a certain somebody today, and he threatened my life if I didn't send him a full vial sample.
I can't imagine who that would be. Which you want to say where they're at tonight, since they're not joining us?
They're busy. Chuck double booked himself, and Brian could only give us so much time, and I didn't want to waste it tonight when I want to film on Monday. So we're gonna film some more episodes on Monday, which will be exciting.
In case anyone's disappointed that it's me and not the guys.
I don't think anybody is. Which we've got exciting news for her, since we can say that, since we're just sitting here drinking and having a good time. There's a reason she's got glasses on.
Oh, thanks for bringing that up. Yes. Have to wear glasses. First off, my eyesight's terrible. Normally wear contacts, but I'm finally getting LASIK eye surgery, which you have to wear glasses for a certain amount of time before you can get the LASIK. You can't wear contacts. Apparently contacts change the shape of your eye. Who knew? So anyway, that's why I'm wearing them. We're in that range. I'm very close to finally getting that LASIK. And then I don't have to wear contacts or glasses, hopefully ever again.
But yeah.
Well, like maybe like a reader glasses or something. But...
Well, David says you're an upgrade.
Well, thanks.
Which, again, David, for the samples that you, not only these ones, but the ones that you also sent, thanks for sending a fourth. We'll definitely have Heather involved in the 100 proof tasting flight.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yes. That'll be fun.
I say that's really good.
Yeah. You didn't share any notes about it.
So it is 92 proof, but I would say that drink's a lot hotter than 92 proof.
Ooh, okay. It's an interesting nose.
Mm-hmm.
It's like definitely like aged nose.
Yeah, it's like oaky.
It's
pears.
kind of like a wine note to it. Ooh, it is really nice. It does kind of like hints of what you would have in a white wine.
Yeah.
Kind of like a sherry. Not really sweet. That's, yeah.
I will say, I used to think the Redbreast 12 was the best for the price, but I think I would upgrade a little bit and go with the Redbreast 15.
This is very good.
Yeah, that is absolutely amazing.
And I'm going to disagree with you with it drinking hot.
Okay.
Like if I were to guess a proof, I would guess like 90, 95 or something. So
that's why you're the upgrade.
I don't know. Chuck is so good at picking out proof.
Oh, man. So the 27 is just oak on the nose.
So what do we have? So 15 and then 27. 27.
Yeah. This is a very rare, very expensive bottle.
Yeah, one of those that's almost as old as we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so nice.
Really
different?
Very different. So this is why I think I will always, if I ever get lucky enough to get a Pappy 23, this is the reason I would sell it.
Because age is making a difference.
Age is making a very big difference.
Okay.
But this is also the reason why Chuck would be the one that would want to buy the Pappy 23.
I was going to say, is that more of a preference thing?
Yeah, it's very much a preference. And after you try it, I'll say what I think.
It's a similar nose. Those like oaky wine notes coming in. Okay, here we go.
Yep.
Oh, whoa. It's almost like getting like aged apple juice.
Yeah.
Did you get some apple notes?
So yeah, you get some apple notes, but it is so predominant oak. Like it's to me, it gets on borderline over oak because the oak is like the main note.
I would say that I feel like there's not as much oak on the palate as there is on the nose. Like on the nose, it's just bam. But
we got Paul dropping in. Hey, Paul, thanks for stopping by. Yes, I try for hours to get half the decence of my wife, and it's just not possible.
Well, you know how much time I spent getting ready for this.
As much time as I spend setting all this up.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Redbreast 27 is very, very good. Don't get me wrong. You gotta like oak, because there's a lot of oak and it dries at the end because of all the oak.
Yes. Yes. To me, it reminds me of like a dry white wine. What was that one? The Scotch that you have had me try. That kind of drinks like a dry white wine as well. Is that the one in that purple box?
Yeah, it's the Longmorn 16.
This kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. So I like the Redbreast 27 is amazing. I'm so glad that I was able to try it. But like for my palate, I think Redbreast 15 is a sweet spot. And this has, I'm not going to buy another Redbreast 12. I'll just buy Redbreast 15.
Yeah, the 15 is very good.
That is my happy
I like it better.
Yeah.
Of the two, I like the 15 better.
But if you really like oak, so coming up here on the 1K live stream, when we do that celebration, I'll make Brian and Chuck crack theirs open. And you'll just see Chuck do like a happy dance because of all the oak in that.
Yeah, those are the notes that he likes.
Yeah. All right.
So the last one. Okay, so sherry. So this will kind of have some similar things going on, I would think. What was the proof on this middle one? 107. Okay.
Okay. The sherry definitely a lot sweeter and has all that stuff. All right. So David says, my wife and I prefer the 12 cask strength and the 15 to the 21 and 27, not even factoring in the cost difference. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
Okay, I like this the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that.
That sweet note.
Yes. It's like a honey sweetness. That's really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, and like David was saying, I'm serious that if I ever get a Pappy 23, if I ever win one in a lottery, at least in Kentucky, there's the vintage liquor laws, which means you can sell hard to find allocated bourbon or a very old bourbon to restaurants completely legal. So we have a place called Justin's House of Bourbon, and they buy stuff all the time. I mean, they buy Pappy 23 for you talking right around $3,000 when you buy it. If you win it in a lottery for about $300. Everyone I've talked to says it tastes over oaked, and that the Pappy 20 and the 15 are the sweet spots. So, like,
the 15 is good. Have we tried the 20?
We have not tried the 20 yet.
Okay.
Every time Chuck and I hang out, we're like, "Oh, we're gonna try the 20."
Yeah.
But we drink too much the night before we go out to a bar.
And you're like, we need to be able to appreciate it.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, I mean, if you like really oaky stuff, it's definitely gonna hit a home run for you. But
yeah. It's still good. Yeah. I think, like you're saying, it's just more of like a preference profile flavors that you like.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But that 15 is, I think anybody can like that. And then if you like sweet notes, that sherry finish, that PX is good. And then we have the Lustal, which is very similar to that. But I will say, I think the PX sherry is a lot better. This
drinks so nice. Like, to me, this definitely drinks, it says 92. For sure 90. Like it's very smooth, very nice.
Yeah,
but like all those flavors are coming through and not as much of the alcohol, which I like.
Yeah, I think the sherry finish takes away any of those oaky wood notes on it completely, because I still get some of the oak on the 15.
Yeah.
But you get almost none of it on the PX sherry. So yeah, so it's really good. So thank you for the flight, David.
Yes.
That was amazing. So
yeah.
All right. So now it's your turn.
My turn?
Yeah.
Oh, I hope I've done my homework.
Yep. You got to teach these. Well, if you didn't, then we'll just call you Brian. So you got to teach these non-Kentuckians the most important part of the Kentucky Derby.
Oh, well, what's the most important part? Because I would have said betting on the horses. But I don't think that's where you're going.
No, that's not where I'm going. Because before you bet on the horses, you got to do
get
something else.
A drink.
Yeah, you got to get a drink. And
so the classic mint julep.
Yep.
Which is my favorite bourbon cocktail.
So we decided to go with 5 bourbons or 5 whiskeys.
Yeah, the best ones to put into your mint julep.
Yep.
Because tomorrow everybody should make a mint julep.
Yeah.
Like, you drink your mint julep and then have more of your neat pours later. But you got to try and have it during the day, because it's one of those that's just meant to be like a sipper, porch sipper, because it's hot outside. The mint is just going to cool you down. And all the ice that just keeps melting and changing everything that's going on in there with the bourbon, and just makes it easier to keep drinking it.
Oh, yeah.
They are wonderful. And they're so simple to make. There's like no ingredients in it, really. Like, it's just bourbon.
Yep.
Simple syrup, which is sugar water, and mint and ice. Like, that's it. You can make this at home. Okay. So we're going to start with the classic.
Yep.
That's, I'm sure everyone should have on their bar, probably as a mixer bourbon.
But we're going to put a spin on it.
Oh. You're going to put a spin on it.
Sure, I'll put the spin on it.
So that would be a Woodford Reserve. But his spin is a special bottle.
Yeah, it's got to be a Kentucky Derby bottle. So this is our Derby bottle from 143. This is the first bourbon we ever bought.
143. Oh,
yeah.
Man.
So that's first.
Throwing it way back.
Yeah, that's the first bourbon we ever bought.
How is there still bourbon in there?
There's still bourbon in it. Well, because it's Woodford Reserve, and it's great for a mint julep. I'm not so sold on it for just drinking it straight.
We've also just liked having it on our bar.
Yes.
Like the sticker is nice.
Yeah.
So it's been nice to just sit there.
Yeah. So that's what started all of this, because we got invited to go to the Derby.
Yes.
Heather's parents were gracious enough to get us tickets and take us. So I was determined to drink a mint julep at the Derby.
Yes, to enjoy bourbon.
Yep.
That was your main goal.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna drink it and I'm gonna like it.
Yeah. So a month ahead of time, I bought that bottle, and every night I poured myself 2 fingers, and I just forced myself to do this.
Yeah, your facial expressions were hilarious.
It was terrible in the beginning. But yeah, by the time of the Derby, I could handle a mint julep. Could not handle neat bourbon, but a mint julep I could handle.
See, that's what I'm saying. There's something special about that mint julep.
Yep.
Especially when it's warm outside.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yes. So if you got a Woodford, use that to make your mint julep. And so you could do, of course, a basic simple syrup, but you could also make a mint simple syrup, or you could just buy mint simple syrup. And you get the proportions. I always forget what the proportions are. Google it. I think it's 4-to-1. I'm not quite sure.
Sounds
but you
right,
know what? Like if you want it sweeter, just put in a little more simple syrup. Like, that's delicious too. But that's it. And then you put in the bourbon. And actually, it takes a lot of bourbon.
So Paul got the email 2 minutes ago that it's available for $55.
Yeah.
That is perfect, because the one thing to know, and the other reason the Derby bottle is kind of special, it's a 1 liter. So it's just slightly bigger than the 750. So you get a little bit more bang for your buck. So, all right. So second one. Okay.
So because it's mint that's going in, I like to do herbal notes. And so I like to do a 4 Roses. Now the one we picked out is, of course, a special 4 Roses, the barrel strength, but you could just do a single barrel.
That's a single barrel.
No, what's the other one that
you're talking about? Barrels? Yeah, barrel strength, but this is just a regular single barrel, 100 proof.
Oh, okay. No, it says OBSV on the side.
Yeah, still 100 proof.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
you can get these at least for us at our Kroger for a whopping $35 to $40. Just saw one the other day to double check when I was there, and yeah, in your area they might be 50 to 60, but as we've done time and time again, the 4 Roses single barrel 100 proof beats out small batch select, everything like that.
Yeah,
so
all of it. Have that in your mint julep, and then you can have a sidecar.
Yeah,
with the pour.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, but like the herbal notes are just nice with the mint, so that I like to do that one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, that's 2 of the 4.
Number 3. This one was your pick.
Well, your idea.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, your idea.
The 2 first.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you want to mix it up, she came up with this.
Well, so for my third choice, I had said a rye, because along the same lines of thinking with the mint and the floral, the mint having something spicy in there, so a rye spice would be a good way to, add a little pizzazz to your mint julep. So I picked out the Starlight.
Yep.
The Starlight Rye.
Yeah.
And this one was just an orphan bottle from a barrel, but they have just regular rye. You probably know off the top of your head the MSRP of a Starlight Rye.
Yeah, the Starlights are going to run anywhere from 50
30,
to
40.
65.
Oh,
yeah, they're all up there. But they're both Indiana ryes that aren't MGP. So that's so just like Kentucky bourbon is or I guess Kentucky bourbon isn't its own category. They haven't done that yet. So Tennessee whiskey is its own category. They just passed a referendum, a law to make Indiana rye an official category. So these are Indiana ryes that are not from MGP. The other one being Hard Truth, which is actually like I can find every day in Kroger now, which is amazing. And if you haven't seen our best of whiskeys or anything like that, it keeps hitting and it's amazing. It finished second place against some heavy hitters. Lance at Whiskey Tornado turned us on to it. And like, I'm always going to have a bottle of that. I use it all the time. And when it's gone, I'll be picking up another one.
It looks pretty low right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You giving away a couple samples of that one? Or you just drank that much?
We'll say I gave away samples. We're not going to admit to drinking that much.
All right.
Let's see. Are the Oppo mint julep bourbons worth buying? I would think it is better to just make your own using a fresh mint.
Funny you should bring that up. We have been wondering the same thing. I have liked making my own. We've been curious what these pour overs might be like. So we broke down and we got one. And our consensus was it's actually pretty good. Yeah. So yes, if you aren't feeling like putting forth the effort of actually mixing one, you can't find fresh mint, or you just want to do a quick cocktail, this is actually a really good pour over.
And
we had this at the track yesterday.
Yeah, and to be fair,
we did go to Thurby yesterday, and of course, because I was at the track, I had to get a mint julep.
Yep.
And
so we went.
We poured that in.
We're locals, so we don't go to Oaks and Derby. One, it's really expensive. Two, it's crazy. And so we went.
Correction. Sometimes we get brave and we do go to Oaks. But we were totally over Derby.
Yeah.
We're like, eh.
Yeah, Derby's fun once, and then it's just crazy. Because now you can just use the app and bet from home on the horses, which we're going to talk about next, help you guys out. But at the track, they actually use the Old Faux mix. And that's it. It's really good. And my recommendation to it is try it once just with the mix. And if it's too sweet or too minty for you, add some bourbon to it. That's because true. That'll just spice it up. You get some Old Faux 100 or something like that, and you'll be good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I would say it is for some people probably on the sweeter end. So yeah, but just put ice in it too, kind of water it down a little bit, and it's just one of those that is actually okay if there's a little more ice and a little more water. It kind of helps it along. If that makes any sense. Yeah. Some cocktails are not very good watered down, but. Anyway, yes, we tried the Old Faux. We haven't tried any of the other pour-over
we haven't
ones.
tried the makers.
I would be curious about that too.
I mean, there's part of me that it's like Derby is Brown Foreman, Old Faux heavy. I mean, to be fair, that's I feel
true.
like
they advertise that at Churchill.
Or they're the only ones allowed at Churchill.
I thought they had Woodford there too.
Woodford is owned by Brown Foreman.
Oh.
So so it's sponsored by Brown Foreman's the parent company. So it's sponsored by Brown Foreman.
Well, there you go.
So there's part of me that's like, you got to stay in that wheelhouse, but at the same time, I feel like that's the only reason people buy Woodford Reserve is because they see it at the Derby, and that's the best selling part for it. And so everyone thinks Derby is fancy, and so Woodford Reserve must also be fancy. When honestly, I feel like Maker's Mark is the better everyday bourbon, and Woodford is the better mixer. So
I would agree with that sentiment. Yeah.
So yeah,
definitely.
Is it considered an RTD? I guess it's all pre-mixed. I've never seen Oppo. Yeah, I guess it wouldn't be an RTD because an RTD technically is like in a can. You just pop it open and you're ready to drink it right there. If I opened this and started drinking it, I could get in trouble like Kylie Jenner with the liquor laws, and that would be inappropriate consumption, and we could be shut down. I mean, we're not as cool as Kylie Jenner, so that's probably not going to be a problem. But it would be more of a pour over, I guess.
Yeah,
kind of what it is.
That's like those margarita, like ready to pour margaritas.
Yeah,
which you would still want to have like over ice.
So maybe an RTP, not an RTD. It's not quite ready to drink. So.
Yeah, you'd want to have that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would not swig it from the bottle. I'd want it over ice.
Yeah. Which you're in luck because here in a bit, Heather's going to use it to make an old fashioned, which we also.
Not an old fashioned, mint julep.
Sorry. Yeah. Which we also highly recommend. Being parents now, these pour overs, ready to go things are amazing. Because it's super, super easy.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Okay. Did we have one more or was that it?
That's it.
Okay. So. We made it through the list.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So y'all make yourselves a mint julep tomorrow.
Yeah, Nick, this is a legit one. I had to remember how to tie it and everything. So no clip thingy for me.
Yes. And he can blame it on me. I bought this for him. There was one year I went shopping and I found it at the Neiman Marcus here in Louisville. because they had a ton of like derby themed stuff. And of course, it was after Oaks, so it was on sale. Pink tie. It has little horses on it. I was like, I gotta buy it.
Yep.
I bring it to him, and he's like, "What am I supposed to do with that?" I'm like, "Learn how to tie it and wear it." So that in and of itself, created all kinds of funny stories and learning how to tie this
because
bow tie.
If you know anything about me, one, I never button the top button. I never have sleeves down past the elbow. I can't do it. I don't like wearing ties, let alone a fancy freaking bow tie. Then we went to a wedding one year on Derby, so we weren't here for Derby, so she made me wear this. There was a good 2.5 hours of me cussing up a storm trying to tie this with a group of like 6 other dudes like, oh, it can't be that hard. And I'd give it to them and they'd give up. I'd be like, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yes. Like the whole, how many people does it take to screw in a light bulb? It's like, how many men does it take to learn how to tie a bow tie?
So anyone that can actually just legit tie a bow tie just like that.
Props to you.
Yeah, props to you. And you're probably wearing too many ties. You need to loosen up a little bit.
Nothing wrong with them. You look very nice. People are saying you look very sharp tonight. Okay. You don't care?
Nope. If I could wear the Zuckerberg look all the time, sweatshirt.
Yeah, you gotta come up with the uniform
or
the thing that you just that's all that's in your closet. That's all you wear all the time.
Yeah, basically. First, I need to get so much money nobody cares what I look like.
Well,
then I can get my like one pair of jeans and one shirt and just wear that 24/7.
Well, it's not like the same ones that you wear. You get
I know.
the one, and then you get like 7 pairs.
Right. Well, I just
same
need
thing.
5. Just recycle twice.
Oh boy. So what else we got on our agenda tonight? You gonna talk about betting on the ponies?
Yeah, we got to talk betting on the ponies while Heather makes her Julep.
Oh, really, really difficult.
Yeah,
follow these instructions.
Yeah, it's gonna be super hard.
Twist off forward, but can't forget the ice.
Yep.
Well, and I do have some fresh mint that was
from the garden.
Yeah, from our garden area.
So,
smells delightful.
Betting on the horses. So, the good news is you can get the Twin Spire app. I wish we were sponsored by them, but we're not. And you can bet on the horses. So, amazingly enough, even though the Kentucky Derby is the fastest 2 minutes in horse racing, there's like 12 races that day. So there's lots and lots of races that you could be watching. But it's weird. So the first time we ever went, we had no idea what we were doing, but we slowly figured it out. So the standard bet is a $2 bet, and you bet on win, place, or show. So how it works is obviously win is pretty self-explanatory. Your horse has to win for you to win, and all the payouts and everything, which we'll talk about coming up here. If you bet place, if your horse gets first or second, you win. And then show, if your horse gets first, second, or third, you win. So it's fun. And it can get really dangerous really quick. However, the fun stuff to do is what's called exotic betting. And that's what I like to do. Because it's just so much more fun. And you win a lot more if you hit. Good job. That was, as you can see, very difficult to use this. So how exotic betting works is there's all types of stuff you can do. Like some people bet like who wins each race, and you have to get 6 races in a row. And if you do that, you win ungodly amounts of money. What I like to do is called an exacta bet or a trifecta bet. And all that is that you're betting on which horse is going to get first and second for the exacta.
In either order.
Almost. No. Oh,
that's right.
Yeah. So exacta, you have to bet like this horse is going to get first, this horse is going to get second. Trifecta, you're betting this horse gets first, this horse gets second, this horse gets third. What I like to do, because I like to cover all my bases, is I wait for one of those races that is like, it's pretty like which horse is going to get first, second, and third within reason. And then I do a box exacta on 3 horses. So I pick 3 horses that I think are going to get first or second. And then I box it, which means I do bet on every variation of that.
Yes, it is to be noted that those are individual bets.
Yes.
Still.
Yes. So like, so you bet. So on the exactas and trifectas, generally I bet $1. And then when you box it, you're betting $1 on every iteration combination of that. But then if any of that hits, it's a pretty good payout. I think I've done I hit like 3 or 4 of them, and it came out, I think it was like a $16 bet is what it came out to be, and I won like $75 when it hit. So that was really exciting. Because yeah, you win big money. But yeah, so you can do all different types. So what you can do, like what a lot of people do is, you bet on a horse to win. You do exacta or a box exacta. You can do like I said, for the exactas, it's choosing first and second, but you can do 3 or 4 horses. You just have to pay for all those iterations. Yes. And everything like that.
And at some point, it's like, what's the point? Like you gotta pick some of your winners.
Yeah.
And just go with it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so there's it's a lot of fun. And it definitely makes the race mean a lot more when you got some money that you could win.
Sure, you gotta be able to cheer for a horse, and yeah.
So let's see if I can get this fancy button to work. And we'll choose a Chrome tab and this, and hit share. And come back over here and hit that. Look at that. So
fancy.
I know this awesome new button system I have, thanks to my Patreon members, is really, really cool. So the horses out there this year are, and I'm going to butcher the crud out of these, Mo Dongle, Happy Jack, Epicenter, Summer is Tomorrow, Smile Happy.
Love these names.
Yep. Messer. Crown Pride, Charge It, Tis the Bomb, Zandon, Pioneer of Medina, Tabia, Simplification, Barber Road, White Abero, Cyberknife, Classic Causeway, Tawny Port, Zozos, Arethal Road, Who Scratched, Rich Strike, and Rattle and Roll. So needless to say, everything around here people have been talking about like crazy. And the consensus is the 4 horses kind of to watch, but things can change. Like if it gets rainy and we get a wet track, dry track, all those things change. Betting odds change. Yeah. You got, what's the one guy? Mattress, whatever his name is.
Oh, yeah. Like what comes from Texas?
Yeah. No, Cincinnati area. I thought he owns a whole bunch of furniture stores. So this is crazy. So he owns a whole bunch of furniture stores. And what he does is on all big bets that you can place, so the World Series, Kentucky Derby, things like that, he runs a sale that if the favorite wins, you get if you spend over $2,000, you get the bet for free or something like that. But then what he does is he has so much money, he changes the odds on horses to hedge his bets so that if they do win, what he would win, he covers all his lost profit. But then if it doesn't happen, he wins a ton of, like, it's just crazy. But he does enough to change the lines, which is insane. So of the research that we've done, the horses that we are looking out at is Zandon, Mo, Epicenter, and Cyberknife are the 4 horses I've heard about.
I heard about a white Arboreal. It's not Arboreal, but whatever it is. They were talking about that on the news quite a bit today.
Okay, so
and I take local news people.
Yeah, white Arboreal. Yeah.
Arboreal.
Yeah.
Our
local people follow horse racing so much. Like they're just like, oh, we'll just pull this random one out of our butt that nobody else has been talking about, and then it does really well. So you got to watch it. But yeah, selfishly, I'm going to place a bet on Tawny Port because, I mean, Tawny Port, it's very close to a bourbon name.
Actually, he's got a really good trainer. Again, they were talking about it today at the Oaks that I was watching all day today. Mm-hmm. So you wouldn't be too far off if you wanted to put your money on Tawny Port.
Yeah.
So.
And there's all types of things to look at, like as far as who you should pick the horse and everything like that. One of the go-to that a lot of the locals always say is their finishing speed. Whoever has a fastest finishing speed usually does really well because they're going to come from behind and have a chance of winning it. The only different time that really doesn't work is like when Secretariat won, or these horses that get out to a huge lead and just no one has a chance to touch. So yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, so David's got it. You were right.
thought it
It's
was
out
Texas.
of
Yeah.
Texas. Mattress Mac. Yeah, guy is crazy with how much money he bets. I couldn't even imagine putting that much money on it.
Right? Just like
thing.
having
Ooh.
so much that you just like playing around
Yeah.
with it.
I'm gonna put $3 million down. Well, he's the one that I think bet like 10 million on Tom Brady to win the Super Bowl or something like that. It's just crazy.
A cool 10
yeah,
million.
just a cool 10 million.
Yeah.
So.
Well, if any of my girlfriends are watching out there, I really want to go back to Oaks. Watching it today, you know, brought a little nostalgia for the times that we've gone before, and I love it. It's the Friday before Derby, which is on Saturday, and it really is a lot of fun. It's Ladies' Day at the track, so you wear pink. That's why I'm wearing pink. That's why we got the pink bow tie. They acknowledge women who are breast cancer survivors. They have this parade for them, which is really cool. And the main race is fillies, which is female horses. So it's just it's a different atmosphere than Derby is, and I really like it. It's still quite a bit of people. Don't get me wrong; it's still busy, and you know, it's still expensive and everything, just like Derby, but just the atmosphere is different, so it's a lot of fun. And I'm like, oh, I want to go with my friends. I want to go back. So we should plan that. Like, come down. We'll do Bourbon Trail on Thursday, and we'll do some distilleries. We'll do Oaks on Friday, and then we'll have a Derby party at our house on Saturday. It'll be a great time.
Yep. And all the husbands that get left behind, we'll just drink through my bar.
Yeah. You can do childcare here at the house.
No, we don't do childcare.
Oh.
Nope.
Where do the kids go then? They get left with like grandparents or something?
Yes, grandparents. Absolutely.
They get recruited.
So yeah. So make sure you watch the Derby tomorrow. Fastest 2 minutes in sports. I don't know.
Whatever, yeah.
Is there a massive infield party like they do at the Yes.
Yeah, for Derby for sure. Like it just keeps building.
Yeah.
You know, Oaks there's a little bit, but it's bigger at Derby.
Oh yeah. So the infield is where it gets rowdy and crazy. Like there's tons of pictures of people like doing porta potty racing where you get up on one porta potty and run across and try to run back type of thing. Lots of drinking. Lots.
Yeah, but that's like in general everywhere. I mean, it's just day drinking. They open the gates at 10, I think.
Yeah.
And the first race isn't until usually like 11:30. And so you got like people are coming in, you got nothing else to do.
Yep. And they like check everything. Good luck trying to sneak any alcohol in. They're gonna find it. Yeah. And when we went on Thurby, mint juleps were already $17.
And that was for this pour over thing.
Yeah, and that's for the pour over that we have. So like, I mean, at $7, you can basically buy the whole bottle at
yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that anything's cheap. Like, I still want to go. You just save up. You just accept the fact that some things are going to be expensive.
And usually,
but you can win some money back with the bet.
Well, I was just gonna say, last time we went, whenever that was, a couple years ago. Prices went up each time. So what they were at Thurby, they went up for Oaks and they went up for Derby. So if they're already 17 at Thurby, I don't know what they're going to be by Derby.
Yeah, that's true.
So
hey, it makes money for the city. So
yeah. Thank you, all you out of town people. Yeah, spending some money. We appreciate it.
Yes. But like the infield is nice because there's just open space, and what's really cool is you can go up to the fence. And you're right there where the horses are going by. So like it's just a different experience. If you can tolerate other people that are around, so to speak. But like there's annoying people anywhere you go within the area, you know. Honestly, my favorite thing, like I love Churchill, but my favorite thing is to go on non-Derby weekend.
Yes.
I love the races at the track because let me tell you what, it's huge. There's so much room. Capacity is huge. But on non-Derby weekend, like hardly anybody goes. So you can go wherever you want. And there's so much room to just spread out wherever, and you can be right there on the finish line where you get to see these horses cross. And so what? It's not the Derby. It's still like the same kind of horses.
Yep.
So you get that same experience seeing these huge, amazing animals running so fast, and they're these majestic beasts going by, and you get to be up close to them. It's such a cool experience.
Well, and also it's really nice because I think it's what, $20, $25, and you get to be on Millionaire's Row, and you get
like on non-derby day.
On non-derby day, you get an all-you-can-eat buffet, everything like that. So you get to see how, like, because that's the thing about the Kentucky Derby. If you ever want to truly see where you fall in the class system in the United States of America, go to the Derby. It very quickly, like,
everything's so like cleanly tiered.
If you're the common folk, you're going to be in the infield. You're not allowed to meander with the rich people. If you think you're rich, but you're really not, you'll be in the stands to the sides and everything. And you get to see some stuff, but you don't get to go anywhere else. And then once you start like getting high enough, you can like spit on other people. That's when you know you've made it in life, and you just keep getting higher and higher till you're at the uber top with the golden fence, where people just like fly in, go up there, watch the Derby and leave type of people. And that's where you're like your Tom Brady's and all your
like there'll be tons of celebrities tomorrow. But it's kind of cool, like the celebrities come in and they're here in town right now going to Derby parties around town. We would never be swanky enough to be at one of those parties where they're at, but it's kind of cool that they're here.
If you bet,
they're within a certain mile radius of me.
If you bet like $2,000 on a 30-1 odd and it won, we could do it. We could finally the next year hang with the cool people.
Yeah.
So
if you could be that lucky.
Yeah.
No, it's just fun. There's just something about like the exhilaration when you're there at the track, and when you place money on a horse, even if it's just $2, that excitement it's real.
Oh yeah. You would not think there's a lot to be excited about seeing some horses run around a circle, but it's pretty cool.
It is.
And
there's
when you're there with 100,000 other people screaming for your horse to win or lose or everything like that, it gets that adrenaline bumping pretty quick. So
even just on Derby, like the as they're going around, and it just keeps like building, and people are cheering, "Go baby, go!" And yep.
It's always a fun time. Special time of year around here.
Yeah, can't recommend Churchill Downs enough. So there you go. Make a special trip. Come see some distilleries and then go to Churchill.
Yeah, absolutely. Spend some money in our town. We appreciate that. So, but thanks for watching our kind of like put together Derby, have fun time. We sampled some stuff. We talked about Derby and Oaks and Derby and mint juleps, and mainly these were all going to be possible episodes, and I just didn't feel like recording and editing. So I was like, why don't we just go live and have a good time? And thank everyone for subscribing, so that because we hit over 1,000, and let you know about the upcoming live stream where we're going to do some amazingly fun stuff. Just shop at Kroger. If you ever make it to Louisville, David, I will tell you all my secret Kroger places. I even have a Kroger that the lady that runs it will open bottles and let me try them before I buy them.
He's not lying.
That is absolutely amazing. That's how I wound up with a couple of buzzard roosts, because they are really, really good after you try them. And it's just like, okay. So it's all about relationships. And there's other places that we love around here. Westport Whiskey and Wine has some amazing store picks, and they'll treat you right and everything like that. But so we got right about 50 minutes. I know ADH Whiskey is getting ready to do his Map Madness, and he is way more popular than we are. So
we hope you're a good pre-show for anybody watching out there.
We would gladly pre-show for him anytime. But hope you guys have a wonderful time. Stay safe. I'll definitely be trying to hit that exacta, Paul. You know, if we make it, you know, who knows what's going to happen. Probably buy some more bourbon.
Yeah.
So
it keeps cycling through, right?
Yep, exactly. It's for the channel.
Right.
So stay safe, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Cheers.